Welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and it is getting cold here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. But with all serious, it is day number 253 of our At Home Fitness programming series. This is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys in gym quality coaching and workouts for your at-home or garage gym needs. Now, today is Monday. Today is the first day of the week. Today, we're getting back into our strength and improvement cycle, which means Bulgarian split squats and single leg RDLs. Today is going to be the Bulgarian split squat since we tend to do those first in the week, and we're going to change things up a little bit in terms of the rep scheme. We're going to increase this, guys. You're going to be looking for sets of 10 to 12 reps. Remember, we're looking for an even rest here. So if we rest for 30 seconds after the right side, we're going to rest for 30 seconds after the left side, et cetera, minute and a half, whatever you guys need to do to be able to maintain your quality component and to be able to challenge yourself for the weight in the rep scheme of 10 to 12. Now, our workout is going to look very similar to last week, except we're going barbell today, guys, and we're going to put a little different component in here. There's going to be a max effort intensity push. What I mean by that is 12-minute alternating EMOM. First round, you're going to complete 10 strict press. Now, that weight for the strict press is supposed to be 95-65. That should allow you to do a set of 10 on the strict press, at least the first round or two of the three, unbroken. So I want you guys to set the weight for the barbell for the workout based off of that strict press. Can I get through 10, as hard as it might be, in one set without having to use the hips or break it up or get terribly sloppy in my torso and mechanics? Second minute is going to be 12 barbell bent over row with the same weight that you guys are utilizing on the strict press. And the third and final working minute is going to be a max effort hang clean. Hang meaning squat cleans. I don't care where the hang starts from. It could be high hang, low hang, above the knee, below the knee. It can even stay in the hip with a little bit of a dip and bounce going down into that squat, as you're likely going to see me performing in the demonstrations, followed by a minute rest, guys, here after those hang cleans before you go into the next round of strict press. So we're looking at 4 different things, 12 minutes. That's going to be 3 rounds each. Stick around if you want to see those demonstrations or hear some of the possible movement modifications. All right, as I mentioned earlier, Bulgarian split squats are returning this week, and we are upping the rep scheme, 10 to 12 on each side. I'm not going to do a full 10 to 12 here, but I'm going to demonstrate my first set on the right leg with a weight vest, guys. The focus here is making sure we're loaded as much over our hips and center of mass as possible. So anything that's going to be on the back of the shoulders there is really going to be optimal for this movement because we're focusing on getting that leg on the front side extended without necessarily bringing the hips all the way through at the top of the extension there. We're going to go to the left leg here. I'm going to go back to a barbell, which is really what this is programmed to be, but there's obviously some optional variation based on the equipment you guys have. So trying to dead set that leg back on the roller where it's just kind of resting in place, almost like a kickstand, not trying to do any work. I'm isolating the left leg here, trying to keep that left foot as flat as possible, pushing through that left knee to extension and squeezing the glutes as I get to the top of the lift. Who's ready to hit their workout? Alternating EMOM today, guys. First minute is going to be taking that barbell overhead for 10 strict press. Remember, the RX weight is 95-65, but we are setting that weight based on the ability to go unbroken on our strict press. It can be extremely taxing, that is fine. It can take most of the minute, that is fine. But we need to be able to finish this in one set. And keep in mind, whatever weight we use for that strict press, we're going to keep for the next 2 pieces. The second one here is going to be a barbell bent over row. Reps are going to be 12. Make sure we're setting ourselves in the hips, allowing those lats to stretch a bit on the way down, and aiming more for the belly button than the upper abdomen on the row, guys. Those elbows should be going back. Think where you might be taking that handle on a rowing machine. So, again, we're going to rest till the end of the minute. And minute 3 is going to be the big one for us. It's going to be a hang squat clean, as many reps as we can muster in 60 seconds. Now, Make sure we are getting at least a dip out of it so it can be a high hang, stay up in the hips, get a little bit of a pop so you're not just using your back and pulling it up with your arms and shoulders. But again, hang squat clean, meaning hang clean, meaning hang squat clean. Here's a view from the front. I'm just kind of repping through them, running through them. You guys can take it down to the knee if you want. I don't care where in the hang it's starting, as long as we are getting into a full squat. And it can be, if you guys really need to, a power clean and front squat. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time, but it is usable. Stay tuned for movement modifications. All right, guys, let's talk modifications for today's work. So on the Bulgarian split squats I talked about, I'd rather see you keep that weight over our center of mass, demonstrate it with a vest, also demonstrate it with a barbell. But what happens if we have other pieces of equipment? Well, the movement's pretty much going to be the same no matter what you guys are utilizing to weight it. So let me go through and demonstrate a little bit of this with different options here. Right, so I'm getting myself into position. Let's say I have dumbbells. Dumbbells can be down in a suitcase position on my side, in which case I'm going to have to focus on keeping my lats engaged so they're not swinging around on me. Same thing with kettlebells here, guys. Dumbbells I can also take and I can stack them on the shoulders. Now I say stack them on the shoulders because I would rather see you guys stack them up and back on the shoulders like this to keep it over the center of mass than to have it down in a front rack position and have to fight that pull into the lean, which is really the same reason why we want to back rack a barbell, not front rack a barbell on this. If you guys want to, you could really mix it up. You can go to a Zercher hold on a barbell. It's going to force your core to work a lot harder, aka like the front squat, but it's not necessarily going to have as much pulling force ripping you down into that folded position. Plates. You guys can also hold plates here, in which case I would probably hold them at the side or hook the fingers into the plate like that. We can hold a ball at the chest. You can stack the ball on the shoulder. If you're going to stack the ball on the shoulder, I would stack it on the leg that's doing the squat. Just for balance sake, it's going to keep it a little easier on you there. If we don't have an elevation system, meaning a roller, a bench, a couch, anything that we can prop that back leg up on, or if we just physically can't hold ourselves in a good enough position to do that movement, then we're just going to put that leg down on the ground and do our split squat in a lunging position. If you guys have a plate and you can elevate the back foot, that's fine. Every little bit will help you there. You can always, assuming that you elevated the front foot last week for our modification there, you can always throw that under the back foot and create not necessarily a Bulgarian split squat, but something with elevation on the back leg. But by all means, the focus here is single leg. So if we end up in a lunging split type position, then we end up in a lunging split type position. Let's take advantage of whatever we can. Now, if we are going to look at what we're going to do in the workout here, if we don't have a barbell, the easiest component right off the bat for this, guys, is going to be dumbbells or kettlebells. Right? It's pretty much a nice smooth transition. We have our strict press, we have our bent over row, and then we have our hang can be here, and if we're kettlebells, can be inside from a swing, squat cleans. All right, if we're looking at only one dumbbell or one kettlebell, I would suggest you guys take this and make it 16 minutes or 4 rounds, in which case we're gonna go the right side that first minute. Then when we get to the 5th minute, we're gonna go to the left side. Same thing for the row. We'll go all the way through on the right. So strict press, bent over row, hang clean, all rest. And then I'll do the same thing with the left, rest, and then repeat that again for my 4 total, or 2 each side on the rounds. Now, what happens if we don't have dumbbells, we don't have kettlebells, we don't have barbells, we don't have anything except a band? I can still pull this stuff off with a band. It's gonna obviously be different, but there's ways I can pull it off. The first one is, instead of doing a hang squat clean, I'm going to do a box jump with a squat on both ends. So I jump up onto the box, I do my squat, I hop down off the box, I decelerate, and I do my squat. Count it as 1 rep, count it as 2 reps. It doesn't matter to me. If you're gonna post something with it, make sure you just post the qualification. That's what you guys did and which way you counted it. Now, for the bent over row, if I have that band, there's two ways I can do this. I can loop the band under my feet as if though I was gonna do a deadlift, and I can row here. I can row alternating arms. I can row single arm. So if you guys wanna do the 4 rounds of side to side, that's fine. You can always take that band underneath the feet. You can strict press it overhead. We can get the same qualifications there. Just keep in mind, that's probably going to be a lot lighter, depending on the size of the band you guys have, than a dumbbell, a set of dumbbells, or a barbell that's programmed. So you might want to adjust the reps a little bit. If that's going to be the case, we can always adjust by multiplying, double the reps, something along those lines, or you guys can change the timing mechanism a little bit. So we're going to keep it in EMOM, we're going to keep it in alternating EMOM, but instead of it being a certain number of reps on the minute, we're going to work for a certain amount of time out of that minute. So let's say for 40 seconds, I'm going to do reps, 45 seconds, I'm going to do reps, and then I'm going to rest with whatever time is left. Have in mind though, the point of that 3rd minute is max effort. So go the whole minute there, because you guys are going to follow that up with a full minute's rest. Any other questions, concerns, let me know. Hit me up, shoot me a message, and I'll do my best to help you guys out.